And in the movie world, Kemi Adetiba's highly anticipated sequel to the 2018 blockbuster King of Boys is just days away now, only that it's now arriving as a 7-part series. Yes, the movie has grown into a spin-off series, which is a direct continuation of the fictitious Nigerian underworld gangster storyline of the original movie. Now, from the trailer, this series introduces new characters as played by Charlie Boy, Richard Mufedamijo, Insa-Ikpe Etim, amongst others. Well, Channels Television senior correspondent Abidemi Dairo sat with Adetiba and one of the lead cast, Toni, to discuss the return of the King of Boys.
This woman has lost respect for this table.
She's old and has lost her touch.
The first big question is, first off, you got us all waiting for King of Boys 2, and then we got a series. What was that transition like? Well, where did it come from, and did you had any initial worries about moving from that to a series?
That's the famous question. Yes. I mean, I think with a project as massive as King of Boys, any deviation is nervous for a creator. But it was important also, even more important to me, to tell a full story. And telling a full story and exploring the characters and their motivations and where they've been in the last 5 years, I definitely needed more wiggle room and more elbow room to be able to do so. And I was pleasantly given the opportunity in the form of a series. So.
I have a lot of questions on the top of my head, but I know I have a very limited time, so I'll just, but this I think is important that I must bring. There's moving into the politics and all of that. How did you get all of those stories done? Did you go into, have you been exposed to Nigerian politics before? It's almost so convincing, we feel like that's how it plays out in Nigeria.
So I don't like to talk about, everything is fictional in this series, but I would say that, especially, I think as a filmmaker, storyteller, I listen a lot. So when friends are gossiping, when my friends are speaking, papers, TV, things that go viral. So I'm always pulling like a sponge. I don't want this. I can't give this as a spoiler, but there's a particular thing in the series that I was in Vegas for a friend's birthday like 2 years ago. And there was a lawyer there, and he was talking about some of his clients. And then he said the most outrageous thing, and I was like, what? He goes, yeah, we do this, and then this. I can't tell you. And I'm just like, it just stuck. And then when I was writing KOB, I was like, wait a minute, and so I draw inspiration from so many things. I'm like a sponge, so that's how I do it.
All right, Toni, as well, you shadowed the character of Eniola alongside Shola Shoba. Of course, we all know who Shola, how easy it is for Shola to steal the show, but you still were able to hold your own and also not be outpaced in that. How did you match up that energy with her?
I think that knowing what I was getting myself into, when I was given this role, for me, if I'm supposed to be someone, if I'm playing the younger version of someone, it means that I have a blueprint that I have to follow. And I try to do that as much as I could. Do you see what I mean? I try to be true to that, so I try to do as much as I could. And like I said, I disturbed Auntie Shola. KOB1, I had never met her till we got to play together. I met her literally on the last day. So I did a lot of my learning from YouTube. This time I knew her. She's like my mom now. I had access to her, so I disturbed her life. I was calling her. I was coming to her room every other night to sort of, Shola, so how would you say that? She's like, Toni, I want to sleep. I'm like, I'm so sorry. But I need to, do you see what I mean? So Shola was such a great help in just letting me really shadow her and be a pest. And I was just like a sponge trying to absorb as much of her as I could and take that in. And the rest was just me doing my work as an actor, to be honest, trying to be as, trying to give as much as I could to make sure that, and KB1, Young Aniela, I don't think we were ready for that explosion that sort of happened with her. And for me, KB2, I'm like, hey, good. And now the pressure is on. I have to, do you see what I mean? I can't disappoint. And just from the trailer, it's been amazing. I'm happy.
Of course, it is amazing. Yeah, you're naturally a very sweet person, and seeing all of that anger. Okay, you let us know. Seeing all of that anger in that character, did you at some point get tired of being angry?
Yeah, I did. For me, that was one of the hardest things. I think having to stay in that, get in that frame of mind and stay, because for me as an actor, I pull from genuine feelings. So if I'm supposed to be angry and enraged, I'm pulling from that as much as I can from my own real life experiences. So I had to stay angry pretty much the whole movie, and that was sort of difficult. But like I said, we shot, there was a lot happening. It was during NSAS, there was all these things, so everyone was sort of angry, and I think I fed off that a little bit for the character as well, to be honest. But yeah, that was a bit challenging. You see, for Young Aniela, I gave myself extra assignments. I don't know, like I'm some sort of masochist. But you know that there was a lot, the putting on weight, the cracking of the voice. And because we were shooting during NSAS, it went on for longer than we anticipated. So I'll come, cracked voice, everything. We can't shoot because it blocked the road, it's raining. So all of those things were sort of really draining and added to the sort of frustration of it. But at the end, like I said, watching the show, I haven't watched the show, I was in tears the whole time. Like, it was so amazing. It came together beautifully. And for me, that is what makes it worth it at the end of the day.
All right, so back to Kemi. It appears like I still have an opportunity for another question. RMD. So I saw him and I was like, oh my God. You understand? How did you convince him to get it? I saw a post as well that he made where he appeared like he was a bit reluctant to take the
No, I think the post was something else. R&D actually was game from, he was like, where do I sign up? No, so the post was about a particular day that he had to get to the airport at 7. So he had to have left us, so we had until 6. Or yeah, something like that, and then we pushed it to 9, and we weren't finished with his scenes. Then we pushed it to 12, and then at some point, I just like, look, I think this guy has tried. He has tried for us, and I said to him, I was like, do you know what? You've done. It's okay. You can leave now. And he just says, I'm not going anywhere. And he was there till 4. And he had a flight at 7, and he hadn't packed or anything. So it just goes to, so having someone as professional. Forget veteran and all of that. Like, as professional, like when he comes in with his lines. And before he's coming with the lines, he and I had a full-blown conversation about this particular character that he was playing. And we were talking about so many other things aside from the character, but things that could inspire the character. And he's so detailed, like there's a difference when you're in his presence. And I'm talking about RMD, the person that wants to play a character. And I'd worked with him with Wedding Party, but I don't know, or maybe I can't remember this level of, he was professional there, but this was just taking everything to a different level. So I'm really excited for you guys to see not just him, but everybody else on the show.
The way you were pushing, you also pushed yourself, and I understood that you got a number of your cast worried as well, saying that you also had some health issues to deal with.
At some point on set.
I remember telling Shola Shobwale saying, look, if they have to bring me out on the stretcher, they're going to bring me out on the stretcher. But we're going to finish this project. So it was ride or die. It was till the very end, and I think what I was very lucky to have was a very dedicated crew. We're all like family. Some of them are here today. We're all like family, and a supremely, not just talented cast. And like even just the R&B story, it didn't feel like anybody was being paid to do anything. It was like, this is our film, this is our series, and we're going to take it from this point to the very end point, and we're not stopping for anything in the middle. So I was blessed in that, from that point. So.
All right, thank you very much for this session.